Welcome to weekly forecast of Nifty top 10 stocks and major indexes. So here we will begin with the Nifty. So as in the earlier or last week we have discussed this as the daily chart, it is going in the above direction or in the upward direction, and this was a channel, and we were expecting the price to go at least 12,500 and 12,500 change if it is total. The correction is a complex correction, and presently it is a X wave, and further maybe X is here, or yes, and second X, that is a double X, is this one. So after this correction there might be one fall we can expect, but here we need to think whether this 10,800 low will be taken out, or 10,780 is the range. If this is taken out in lesser time, then we can say that okay, now the top has made, or recent top has made, so we'll be looking for the downside. But as of now, still this 10,800 level is valid. So we need to think in terms of time now, whether this is a end of the correction or something like A, B, and C is going to do. For example, if this is A, this is B, and C one more upside, okay, that we need to think, and that will decide maybe from 27th October, or if I am considering this as a top, then it will extend 1 or 2 days, probably 2nd November. So it will be like 27th to 2nd November will be the deciding factor for a new impulse, one more, or either it is going to come for the downside. If it is only taking 10,800 level on the closing basis, we can say there is a downside move. Or else what happens if the time is taking more here, so we'll be seeing one more up, minimum, that is 30% or like 100%, and then a 30 to 61%, that will coming near to the area of 12,500 or 12,800 change. That is a daily view. So if I'm going to see in an hourly basis, so I'm removing everything now. So firstly, this is a one bottom of mine, and this is a second bottom of Nifty, and here present trend line, or a channel we can say. So here this is like at the top, a recent, so we can say that here it might take a support. This is the top, and this is the top which presently, if not, I'll add one more so that it will be differentiating the maximum and minimum time. For example, this is the recent one, so I'm extending this to this top, a second one or recent one. So if that is the beginning of something, then this will be the time it's coming near 2nd November. So it will be changing little bit of color so that you can make a differentiate. Okay, in this case, what is the two possibility here? Here you can say in like, or stay in a sell now on the basis of hourly chart. Maybe it is going to the 31% or near 31%. It is maybe going to the 61% or 80%. Then as it is a faster downside movement, it is a slower, there is a possibility to do ABC. So if it completes like A and B will be slower, then we will be expecting one more up, at least to the 100% and 131% or 161% of this total move. Or if it is like retracing in a faster movement, then we can say this will be the recent top. So then we will decide whether how much it will go to the whole corrections. 30% and 80% will be the next move. For example, this is the top and this is the bottom of 7,500 and 12,030 I'm taking. So in this we can expect it to come for like 30% will be 10,300, and 60% or 61% will be 9,200, 8,000 or 80% will be 8,069. That is a longer term. So here in case of short term basis, it will decide whether it is a slower retracement for the downside or a faster retracement for the downside. So here you can say the time wise it's maybe 23 October to 2nd November, a 1 week time. So that will decide whether it is going to come down or one more up before it can come in further down. So as of now, you can stay in a sell from the level of like 10,000. If it is coming upside, then also you can look for the sell for at least 10,400 level. So after that, if it is taking support, then we will go for a buy, or else we will be staying in a sell for at least channels downside, that is 10,400. And if it further crosses, we will look it to where 10,000, what is the level, 10,800 level, how it goes. Sorry, it is maybe 11,400. Yeah, it's 11,400. And further, if it goes, how it behaves near the area of 10,800. Okay, so stay in a sell first. We will decide after 10,400 how it behaves there, and we will decide whether to stay in a buy or go for sell. I'm directly taking Bank Nifty future. As per the Bank Nifty, earlier week we have discussed this, like at least it will be going to go for 80% or 61%, that is coming near this area of resistance, maybe to the 22,800 level. So now it is 80%. So time wise, I'm checking whether it is a new impulse or a correction. So it seems like a correction because it is 80% and time is left maybe 1 or 2 days. That is up to 23rd of October, same it's coming. So from next week, if it is not crossing the top of 25,890 or 889, then we will be seeing one more correction. The way it is going up and downside, there is a possibility that it might be the new impulse or it might be the correction of a triangular like structure. Why I'm saying that as a triangular, because the time taking here and time taking here is looking like a same. So in the both conditions, for example, this might be the new impulse like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it is going to go for the 5, right? So if the time is more or less equal, then we can expect one more down or one more up, like a triangular structure, we can say, okay, at the end. Or else, like if it is not crossing this channel and staying in the upside only, then we can say something has a correction, like here has ended and here is ended, and we'll be going to see one more upside. So that channel will be, or that line will come near this blue line, and here from this, I'm just trying one more line. Okay, so it is like if it is going upside, or like upside will be for 24,600 and change, that we can expect, here. Okay, so here we can say, like for example, this is the top and this is the bottom. So like this, we can expect one more up, and the timers, if it is crossing in lesser time, then we can expect it to go for upside. But as of now, we can expect some little buy maybe to the 24,000. And as you see this, it may behave like triangular, or we can say like a diametric or diamond shape structure. Then it might go one more up for 24,600, and further if it goes 25,500. So look for buy in case of Bank Nifty until and unless it crosses the level of 23,000 or below that, 23,171, we won't be going to go for sell. So if that is a crossing, again the structure remains same here, maybe the triangular. Okay, so there it might come to the level of this first and to the top, down, upside, or to the downside. Okay. The possibility of this will be the triangular or impulse structure. This is new 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. After that, a correction and one more impulse. That is the structure which I am looking in case of Bank Nifty. So presently stay in a buy. or if it is crossing only below 23,127, then we can look for the sell setup. Gold, last week we said like here it is at the channel stop and a long consolidation. There is a chance it might be going for the upside first, or if it is like crossing this, at least it is taking the support at the channels bottom. So I'm removing this now. So here it is one resistance, this is the second one. So as now you can see this is like a faster impulse compared to this now. So there is a chance it will come one down before it can go any further up or further up. So here you can look for the sell setup near the area of 1921 or 1922, keeping 1933 or 34 as I said. Then look for a sell setup for 1840 in case of gold. So look for sell setup, not to buy in case of gold for the next week. Silver asked to stay in a sell because this impulse was a downside. So this is a 3 and 4 now. So one more down we can expect. So look for the sell setup for at least 2150, not to buy in case of silver too. Okay, in longer time, or it might be doing some sort of the correction here. This, if until and unless it won't breaks the high of 2550, we'll be staying in a buy. So if it crosses this also, it will be going to come one downside at least to the level of 21, because this is like a downside 1 and 2 or something. If it is started simple structure A, B and C for the downside. Okay, crude oil. So here we can expect some buy here, because it is again like structure is in a sell mode surely, because this is like a downside and now it is in the sideways. But if you see this total movement, only if you see this compare 1 and 2 will be one more up, that is maybe 80% or 100% of this. But if it anywhere, if it is crossing the trend line of this or 36 USD, one can look for the sell. But as of now, you can look like some sort of buy action in case of crude oil. It may take like a triangular like structure, so then also it will be like a simple ABC kind of structure that will be going to 80 to 100%. So visually I'm saying it needs to go for a 42 or 43 USD in 1 or 2 weeks. If it further down and crosses the 39, then it will be going to reach for 37 or 36. So look for buy now, or a small sell then buy can be expected in case of crude. USD INR, it is on the like channel, so you can look for the buy. A small sell maybe to the 73 or 73.20, doesn't matter, but look for the buy for upside. So it will go one up for 78 and 79 before it can go any further down. Okay, now we'll be looking for the individual top 10 stocks of Nifty. So firstly to the HDFC. In the last week we have discussed this, like we'll be going to stay in a buy for 2077 and 2280. So it structure wise it hasn't changed much, as it's similar. So I'm removing this now. So as you see this here, it's a bottom to bottom and top to top. But if I consider from this side like this, so there will be a channel broke, and after that this is a nice impulse and it will be going to some correction and one more upside. So maybe to the 80% range or 61%. That level is 2104 and 2254. So look for buy, not to sell in case of HDFC Finance. HDFC Bank, as expected earlier, we said stay in a buy above 1060 for at least 1140. If further goes, we'll be going to see 1290 or 1280. So it is a consolidation again. So simple structure A, B, and C. So look for buy in case of HDFC Bank, not to sell. Hindustan Unilever, again, like here we said some sort of correction can be expected because it might be the triangular structure. If it is a triangular, then it will structure will be A, B, and C. Okay, to the 80%. So look for buy, but below this, I mean 2120, you can look for the sell. But above this, stay for buy for at least 2250 and further for 2350. Right, 2350 and 2250. So look for buy, not to sell. ICICI Bank, as discussed earlier, so still it is in the buy structure. There might be at the top, I mean to the recent top. But time wise, if I see with those whole downside and to the upside, it is near of that the same structure it is making that of the Bank Nifty might be. So here it's a smaller up, went down, then will be one more up to the level of 430. So look for buy, sell only below 380. So look for buy in case of ICICI Bank. Infosys, yeah. Infosys, until and unless it crosses below the 1080, don't look for sell. Presently, this structure is going to towards the sell side, but only if it is crosses downside, then only we can look for the sell setup. As if you see, this is a faster downside and it is consolidating. So it may happen like 1 or 2 days, there is a consolidation at the level of 1150 or 1160. Then we might see one down to fill this gap. So look for sell in case of Infosys, not buy for next week. Okay, so maybe this of kind. So sell below 1090, or if it is like taking 100% has got out. So if it is near 61% or it is 38% now. So 61% will be 1150 and 80% will be 1160. So if it is coming to like this and slower form, so one more down will be expected for 1167, and there may be filling the gap. So look for sell in case of Infosys for the next week, not to buy. ITC. So as discussed earlier, like it was a valid breakout, but it was not given any upside movement. But now, if you see the structure, it is going against the downside and checking any supply there. Again, it's moved upside. So it is now considered to be buy because slower form it is going for the downside. So one upside will definitely come in these kinds of structure when we usually see, because if I see this total movement for the upside 1 2 3 4 5, it is maybe the correction of this kind. So here it will going to go for one up to complete the structure of A, B, and C. So look for buy, not to sell in case of ITC, at least for 230 or 240 level. Kotak Mahindra, we said only look for sell below 1236, and we said at least if it is coming inside the channel, so there is a chance it will be going to go first to the level of 1370 or 1380 level. So maybe high is 1365. So still it's structurally valid. Same view. Okay. So now it is a little bit slower when I compare with the time for the downside. Very little time left. So here it may go one down or maybe to the 80%, then down, then up, these kinds of structure. Because if I see this total correction, it is like simple A, B, and C kind of structure. So look for buy now for 1435 or 1430. Then we will decide how it goes. Or if it is still slower and correction in between, then we can look for the sell for at least 1205. Okay. LNT, I said look for the buy. Presently structurally hasn't changed much. So yes, you can look for the buy for 970 or 960 level. So look for buy. It is going A, B, and C. One can look for the buy for LNT. What about Reliance? It is below 2179. One can look for the sell, but that too, whether it is going to go for lesser time or not. Here, I think it is in the lesser time. If I compare with this, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something or some structure has changes when it crosses and closes below 2168 or 2160. One can look for the sell for at least like 2000. Fine. So here in case of Reliance, if it is going a little bit upper in a slower direction, that's fine. Look for the sell. Or if it is faster, then also the structure, it will be changing a little bit. So here it might go to the 61% or 80%, but it's better to stay in a sell until and unless it crosses the high for the buy. Okay, so look for sell in case of Reliance now, not to sell. Sorry, look for the sell, not to buy. TCS, as expected, like it is going to the channel stop and still stay in a buy for at least 2900 and 3000. The high was maybe 2800. Still, it is like a upper side movement and like a slower correction. One can look buy for 2900 and 3000 in case of TCS. So not to sell. Bajaj Finance. So earlier we said here, if it is in the channel, it will be going to go for 61% or 80%. Structurally hasn't changed much, but it is like a faster upside movement and it's a slower correction. So here in case of Bajaj Finance, we can expect one up like this. So it is A and B. If it is coming to the 13164 also, there is a chance it will be going to go for 80%, that is 3536 or to the 3500. So here we can expect one buy in case of Bajaj Finance before it can go any further sell or further up. Okay. Nice. So thank you for one and all. So here you can subscribe for my channel if you find it helpful. If you have any doubt, leave in a comment or you can message in a group so that I'll be happy to help in those scripts. Thank you.